When wholesaling and flipping houses, one of the most important skills to learn is how to run the formula to determine your desired buy price. So on today's video, using a real live deal, watch me break down how to quickly analyze a property to flip for profit coming up.
For a limited time, you can get a free copy of Jerry Norton's Data Cruncher software, which finds cheap houses in your area. Get it now at mydatacruncher.com.
If this is your first time here, my name is Jerry Norton, and I've been a full-time real estate investor now for over 17 years. Amongst other things, I specialize in flipping houses all across the country, and I've helped thousands of new investors get into the game of flipping and create six-figure and even seven-figure incomes. If you want to learn how to flip houses so you can live your dream life, be sure to subscribe, click the bell icon to get notified when new videos are released. The case study on this video is a single-family house in New Orleans that one of my students currently has under contract, and I'm going to show you how I would quickly run the numbers to determine the buy price that I would pay to flip this house for profit. Now, this house is a 3-bedroom, 1-bath, single-story ranch that is 1,287 square feet with no garage. And looking at the pictures, it's vacant, it's got some mold going on, but it appears to be from sitting vacant in the humidity without proper ventilation. Now, my bet is it's just surface mold. Of course, I would want to verify that that's the case prior to buying this home, but for now, I'm not too concerned. And just to be safe, I would probably budget about $5,000 to handle any mold remediation. Now, this house has tile in every room, which means it was probably used as a rental. When we look at comps in a minute, we're going to need to check out if that's okay, but my guess is we're going to need to do wood floors. Now, the kitchen might be salvaged. I've been painting cabinets quite a bit on my flips lately. That looks like Formica countertops, so I would budget to put in granite. The back of the house shows more mold, and that's probably from a lack of gutters. That might even be what's causing some water to come in. And that AC unit looks like it's seen better days, so I'd budget for a new AC. Now, I'm not going to give a total rehab budget number just yet because I need to look over recently sold homes in the neighborhood to see the level of rehab going on, so we're going to come back to that. Remember, the after repair value, or ARV, needs to match similar renovated homes that recently sold in the same neighborhood. So now let's look at the comps, but before we do, I also want to point out that this house doesn't have great curb appeal. There's no elevations, and the window placement isn't very aesthetically pleasing. It's basically a box, and that's fine. I don't care. I'm not going to live in this, but someone is, and we need to be aware of how the market will perceive this house. So it's something to be aware of when we start looking at comps to determine value. So let me show you how I would comp this property to determine the after repair value, or ARV. Then we'll use my deal analyzer tool to crunch the numbers. Now, I'm going to use redfin.com to show you how to comp for free. Once I pull up the subject property on Redfin, I'm going to click on this little map image just under the picture of the home, and then click right here where it says Map Nearby Homes for Sale. When I do that, it's going to open up a second tab with a map of the neighborhood on the left with active homes for sale. On the right is a list with information about those homes. Now, our subject property is right here on the map, and because New Orleans is so densely populated, I don't need to go very far for comps. In fact, if I can, I'll try to avoid crossing main roads like this road on Franklin and this road on Prentice. Now, next, let's put in some filters and create some parameters so we're only looking at relevant comps. First, let's make sure we're just looking at single-family homes that are at least 3 bedrooms. And since our subject property is 1,287 square feet, let's also just look at homes under 1,500 square feet. And let's switch from looking at actives to looking at sold homes and go back 1 year. Now, let's take a look at the results. Just one street away is an amazing comp that sold for $286,000. So now I want to see how well this comp compares to our subject property. This house has a lot going for it. It's bigger at 1,423 square feet, and notice the nice curb appeal with that front elevation and porch. See how much nicer that looks than our house. It has wood floors, it has a screened porch in the back, a big kitchen. Something really important is it has 2 baths. Our subject property has only 1. So we're not going to get $286,000 for our house. Let's keep looking. Up here north of Prentice, there are two comps, one for 220 and another one for 250. But like the other one, they have nice elevations and are both 2 baths. And notice they have wood floors. So I don't think our subject property is going to get anywhere north of $200,000 for an ARV. Let's look at this comp that sold for $188,000. This also has nice curb appeal. It's also a 2 bath and looks like a brand new rehabbed house. So this comp doesn't help us at all. So here's a 1 bath ranch that sold for $200,000, but it has brick on the front, so it has a lot nicer curb appeal and it looks pretty good. Oh, it has a 2-car garage, which definitely adds value. Okay, here we go. This house looks very similar to our subject property. It's only a 1 bath, but it does have a 1-car attached garage, and it's a brand new rehab. Now, those are not real wood floors, probably some kind of engineered floor, but it looks really nice. So based on this comp and all the other nice ones, I would not go any higher than $170,000 for an ARV. Now, going back to the rehab, we're gonna need to make the subject property look pretty good with new floors, kitchen and bath redone, countertops, appliances, paint obviously, gutters, fixtures, a new AC, and I would do some landscaping. So with the mold, I would budget probably around $45,000 for the total rehab budget. Now we could try to match those really nice comps and try to figure out some kind of a gable porch, fix the windows and add another bath, but that would be a significant rehab and I don't think it's worth it. So let's put all this together now. Using my deal analyzer tool, let's plug in the numbers. When fixing and flipping, I personally follow the 70% formula. So here is the square footage of the house at $1,287. Based on $132 a foot, my ARV is $170,000. My rehab budget right here is $45,000. So following the 70% formula, I would budget 9% for closing and commissions, and 6% for funding, and 15% for profit. So that means for this to be a good deal for me, I would need to buy this house for $74,000. Now, let's do the numbers the other way in reverse. If I buy this house for $74,000, spend $45,000 on the rehab, so I'm all into the project for $119,000, and then hopefully sell it for $170,000 after factoring in around 6% for financing costs and 9% for closing and commissions, I would net approximately $25,500 in profit on the deal. And by the way, I have systems and capital in place to fix and flip houses virtually in any market in the US, and I'm always looking for more deals, and I'll pay you $10,000 for every deal you find and bring me that meets my criteria. Now, if that sounds exciting to you, just go to my10kcheck.com to register for a free training to learn all the details. And if you'd like my deal analyzer tool that automatically runs all the numbers, I'll give that to you for free. Just go to mydealanalyzer.com to get that now. All I ask in return is you leave a comment and say, "Thanks, Jerry, you are a flipping genius." And if I wanted to wholesale this deal, I would need to find out what other cash buyer flippers are paying for deals and then back out my wholesale fee. Assuming it was the same as me and I wanted to make a $10,000 wholesale fee, I would need to get the deal for $64,000. So if you'd like to get an in-depth understanding of how to calculate the perfect wholesale buy price, I did a video that breaks it down in detail. Watch that video now, and if you haven't yet, be sure to subscribe to my channel. With over 725 videos, this is the #1 channel on YouTube for all things flipping, and I'll see you on the next video.